It's 5 months now.
Okay, and what brought you to Ireland?
Yeah, we are asylum seekers.
Okay, so you're fleeing war.
Excuse me?
Are you fleeing war?
Yeah, persecution.
Prosecution?
Yeah,
Where?
Nigeria.
There's war in Nigeria?
No, it's a sexuality thing.
Sexuality?
Yeah.
What will you do if one day the country you now call your home suddenly forces you out with your children crying beside you and no idea where to go? On June 4th, 2025, 35 Nigerians, men, women, and even little children were quietly taken from Dublin Airport and put on a chartered flight back to Nigeria. This is not just news, it is a powerful and painful story of immigration, rejection, survival, and injustice. Stay with us because by the end of this video, you will understand why this happened, what it means for others, and now it could be you or someone you love next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's dive in. On June 4, 2025, Irish immigration authorities carried out a secret operation. They deported 35 people, 21 men, 9 women, and 5 children, all Nigerians. The operation was carried out at Dublin Airport under the watch of the Garda National Immigration Bureau, Ireland Immigration Police. They worked together with Ireland's Department of Justice to organize this mission. But here's the shocking part. This wasn't just a regular deportation. The Irish government chartered a whole plane, a private flight, just to send these 35 people back. No press was invited, no photos, no noise. They tried to do it in silence, and that is why the real story begins. The official reason the Irish government said these people had no legal right to stay in Ireland. According to the Minister for Justice, Jim, deportation is a last resort. He said the people were given the chance to leave voluntarily, but they refused, so the government forced them out. Sounds simple, right? But wait, the same Irish government only enforced 6% of deportation orders in 2024. That means out of 2,430 people who were told to leave, 94% stay. So why did these 35 Nigerians get picked? Where were families with small children taken out quiet night and forced into plane? Why did they not go after others from different countries in the same way? We will come back to this, but hold that question in your mind. Let's put aside the legal talk for a minute. Let's talk about the people. Imagine living in Ireland for months or even years. You try to build a life. You may have gotten a job. You may have sent your kids to school. You have told yourself, finally, I can breathe. Then one day, someone knock on your door, or you get arrested at work, or they pick you up from the post office while checking in as an asylum seeker. And next thing you know, you are on a plane. Your children are crying. You have no money, no plan, no house waiting for you in Nigeria. This is not just a policy. This is a tragedy. Deportation breaks families, it kills hope, and in many cases, it sends people back to danger. So, why now? Why Nigeria? Here is the uncomfortable truth. Ireland is currently under pressure. In the past 2 years, the number of asylum seekers has gone up by over 94%. And guess what? Country top the list. Yes, Nigeria. Irish media and politicians are blaming Nigerian migrants for putting pressure on housing welfare and resources. Some far-right groups in Ireland have even staged protests against Nigerian immigrants. So, what is the government doing? They are trying to look tough. They want to send a message to Nigerians. If you come here and don't get asylum, we throw you out. It is a political message, and these 35 Nigerians, including 5 children, were used to send that message loud and clear. Let's talk about how it was done. Deportation was carried out with military style planning. No notice to the public, no names released, no press allowed. Even some human rights groups were shocked. This silence is what makes it dangerous because when things happen in the dark, abuses can happen. Where these people giving fair hearing? Where are they aware of their rights? Did they have lawyers? The government that act in secret is a government that can't be trusted. If you are finding this video powerful so far, please hit that like button so more people can see this. Comment your thought. Do you think this deportation was fair? And don't forget to subscribe. So, what happened to these people now? They land in Lagos or Abuja with no home, no job, no money. Some of them left Nigeria years ago because of poverty, insecurity, or violence. Now they are being returned to the same life. In fact, in many cases, deportees feel ashamed. Their family expected them to succeed in Europe. Now they are back empty-handed and broken. Can you imagine the trauma? We need your voice. What do you think about this deportation? Is it a form of modern day injustice hiding behind laws? Drop your comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Let's start with the most important part, the human voice. We spoke to someone who was on the plane. Let's call her Amaka, a 32 years old mother from Anambra. She left Nigeria in 2022 to escape constant harassment from criminal gangs in her hometown. She landed in Ireland and applied for asylum. She said, "I didn't come to Europe to steal, I came to survive." But in May 2025, she received a deportation letter. Her appeal was denied, and just like that, she was told to leave. She begged, she cried, she had nowhere to go, but they didn't listen. On June 4, Amaka and her 5-year-old daughter were taken to Dublin Airport in a van escorted by armed officers. By midnight, they were on a flight back to Nigeria. Today, she is living in a church in Lagos, surviving on donations. They throw us away like trash, she told us. And Amaka is not alone. Let's talk about the children. 5 of them were on that flight. Some of them were born in Ireland. They only know Europe. They don't speak Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. They speak English with Irish accents. Now, imagine waking up in hot, noisy Lagos with no friends, no familiar faces, and no idea what is going on. What trauma does that cause? Want other Nigeria thinking of traveling to Ireland to be afraid? And guess what? Other EU countries are watching and copy. All across Europe, governments are now spending up asylum denials, stressing their border control, deporting Nigeria in bulk. In fact, between January and May 2025, over 1,400 Nigerians were deported from various EU countries. Germany, Italy, Belgium, France. They are all doing it quietly, quickly, sometimes even illegally. There are cases of people being deported without legal representation, families being split apart, and even some asylum seekers being sent back to places where they could be killed. And why all this happening, the Nigerian government stay silent. Why? Let's not just blame Europe. Where is the Nigerian government in all this? Why are they accepting flights full of deportees without protest? Why are they not asking for due process or even dignity for their citizens? We reached out to officials at the Nigerian embassy in Dublin. No response. We contacted the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. No statement. Even the Nigeria Immigration Service had nothing to say. Why? Because for many in government, deportee citizens are seen as embarrassments, not victims. There is no policy, no housing support, no mental health help. You are just left at the airport with a bag and a broken heart. If you are a Nigerian living abroad or thinking of traveling soon, listen carefully. This is a warning. Deportation are coming, especially for asylum seekers, overstays, people without proper legal documentation. The EU is changing. They are becoming more strict and more organized. They don't care if you have built a life. They don't care if you have contributed. They don't even care if you have children. They just want you out. So, if you are abroad now, Get your documents right. Get a lawyer. Know your rights. Don't sleep. Because one quiet night, you could be the next. Yes, what we must demand as Nigerians: transparency. Deportation must be open, not secret. Legal support. No one should be removed without a lawyer. And child protection. Children must be treated with care and humanity. The Nigerian government must stop being silent. You, yes, you, watching this video can help too. Share this video. Talk about it on social media. Call out Nigeria officials who keep quiet. Ask EU countries to follow human rights laws, not political pressure. This deportation story is not just about 35 people. It is preview of a bigger war. A war against African migration, black lives in Europe, and the dreams of young Nigerians. We are living in a world where people are fleeing war, hunger, and injustice, and the global north is closing its door. And instead of helping us build our nation, they send us back to the mess they help create. This is not just a deportation story.